Today we're putting Russell Westbrook's career in reverse. He'll be starting his career in Sacramento, followed by stops in Denver, LA, Washington, and Houston, before finishing his career with the OKC Thunder. In Westbrook's rookie season, he averaged 19, 4, and 8, finishing second in Rookie of the Year behind Derrick Rose. But he would have to wait for his first playoff appearance as the Kings finished with one of the worst records of all time. But in his second season, he would be leaving the Kings to team up with Carmelo Anthony. But he would have to come off the bench behind Chauncey Billups. And off the bench, he still managed to average 17 points and 6 assists, finishing second and sixth man of the year behind Manu. And with the big three of Melo, Chauncey, and Russ, they were able to lead the Nuggets to the first seed. In the first round, they have to play an Eric Gordon-led Clippers team, and they're pretty easily going to sweep them. But in the second round, they have actual competition. They have to face the 4-seeded Mavericks. But the Nuggets are going to beat them in 5 to move on to the conference finals. And now they have to play the 3-seeded Spurs, who don't look that great. And after 4 games, we're all tied up at 2. And that brings us to a rough Game 5 where the Spurs win every single quarter. Westbrook led the team with 20 points, Melo only had 16, and Manu dropped 29 points in just 29 minutes. But in Game 6, it's anyone's game with the Nuggets being up 2 with 2 minutes to go. Ty Lawson with 8 seconds to go finds Chauncey in the corner, and his 3 is good. That is a big shot to get us started. Now Manu takes the layup over Westbrook, and we have a 3-point game. Now we have Melo driving. He's going to take the layup, and just like that, we're back to a 5-point game. And this Nuggets lineup is interesting because they have 3 point guards, Ty Lawson, Westbrook, and Chauncey all on the floor right now. Manu's gonna cook Westbrook, but he misses the shot. Now we have Melo using the screen from Birdman. They're gonna send the trap defense. He kicks it out to Ty Lawson, to Westbrook, to Birdman for the dunk, and the Nuggets go up 7. So now things aren't looking great here for the Spurs. That was a scary pass, but it worked. And now with just 30 seconds to go, the Spurs are gonna send another trap defense, and Melo's gonna get a turnover. George Hill gets the steal on the fast break. He's gonna pull the 3. They leave him wide open, and just like that, we have a 2-point game. And the Spurs have to foul, so we have J.R. Smith going to the free throw line. He misses the first one. I can't believe the Nuggets were up 7. This game should be over. His second free throw puts them up 3. And the Nuggets for sure should have forced a Game 7, but this game isn't over yet. Tony Parker's gonna drive. He kicks it out to Garrett Temple. He's gonna miss the 3. And the Nuggets are gonna hold on to force a Game 7. That game should not have been that close. And in Game 7, we have another close one with the Nuggets being down 1 with 2 minutes to go. They're running this 3-point guard lineup again. Hopefully it works out for them. What are you doing, Melo? He just decided to take a layup on one of the best defenders of all time. Now we have Tony Parker taking a post hook. What is happening? Let's see if Melo can cook Tim Duncan. He's going to take the mid-range, and he banks it in to put the Nuggets up. A stop here would be huge for the Nuggets. Tony Parker trying to cook on Ty Lawson's going to take the layup over him. I don't know how he made that. Ty Lawson's going to run a pick and roll with Melo. Okay, now he's looking for Melo in the post. Like, I get we're trying to cook Tim Duncan, but not in the post. He got him jumping, though, but he's not going to take it. What are we doing? It might be over here for the Nuggets if they don't get it together. Tony Parker on the drive gets stopped by Ty Lawson. He's going to kick it out to Jefferson, who finds George Hill for 3, and it's just barely going to miss. Okay, Melo, you have a center on you. You need to cook. He's going to drive and pull the mid-range over him. What are we doing? These have been very questionable shots, especially in a Game 7. Tony Parker is going to make his first free throw, and his second one puts the Spurs up 3. 96% of people who watch me aren't subscribed, so make sure to subscribe to help me hit my goal of 35,000 subscribers. The Nuggets need to lock in here. Hopefully they can at least get a good shot off. Aaron Aflalo finds Birdman. He's not going to take the 2. He's going to kick it out for a Chauncey 3 over Tony Parker. And just like that, the Nuggets were 1 game away from the finals, but they're going to lose in Game 7. They had that one in the bag, but other than Melo, nobody else showed up. Chauncey at 13. He shot good, though. And Westbrook at 13, but he shot terrible. But after that disappointing ending, he would leave the Nuggets to join the Clippers. And with Westbrook back in the starting lineup, he's on the All-NBA first team, averaging 23, 6, and 8. And in back-to-back seasons, his team is the first seed. But in the first round, they're going to get upset by an 8 seed. And Westbrook had plans to run it back until 21 games into his second season with the Clippers. He was traded across town to the Lakers. His averages so far with the Clippers are really good. And he's going to finish the season with his first MVP, averaging 25 and 12. The Lakers are going to finish with 67 wins, and Westbrook's going to make it back to the conference finals where he has to play the team that traded him away. 4 games into the series, we're all tied up, and in Game 5, the Lakers fold in the 4th quarter. Westbrook had an amazing game, and so did Pau and Kobe, but after that, their lineup just falls off. And unfortunately for Westbrook, he still has yet to make it past the conference finals. And the very next season, Westbrook finishes 4th in MVP, averaging 22, 6, and 11. 11, but the Lakers get worse, dropping down to the 4 seed. And in the first round, he's going to a Game 7 against some of his former teammates. The Nuggets started coming back in the second half, but it was way too late. The Lakers are going to win, and they have such a deep team. These 5 players on one team is crazy. But in the second round, the Lakers have to play this 70-win Clippers team. The Lakers are actually putting up a fight though, but in Game 5, they're going to get blown out and go down 3-2. But in Game 6, they're just barely going to hold on to force a Game 7, and that's thanks to Kobe dropping 35. And in Game 7, the Lakers have an amazing fourth quarter. They're going to upset a 70-win team. Kobe dropped 39, Dwight Howard had 22 boards, and now in the conference finals, they're playing a 7th seed. And I don't know how this team made it this far without Westbrook or Harden. That was the easiest series ever. Kobe, Powell, Westbrook, and Dwight Howard all averaged 20. And in the finals, they're going up against the Bulls. I'm surprised they made it this far without D Rose. And even though they put up a fight, the Lakers are going to win in 6 to win Westbrook his first championship. And he's going to walk away with the finals MVP. I expected Kobe to win it, but Westbrook averaged 23, 7, and 9 with 3 steals. He shot 86% from 3. He shot 6 for 7 from 3 in the finals. But his time with the Lakers is now up, as he would be joining the Washington Wizards. A big 3 of Westbrook, John Wall, and Bradley Beal would go crazy. And Westbrook's going to win his second MVP, averaging 26 and 10. And that's because the Wizards finished with 65 wins. John Wall's on the All-NBA first team with him, averaging 24 and 11. And they're the 1 seed over the Miami Heat. In the first round, they have to play the 8-seeded Hawks. They're going to beat them in 5, and now they have to play the Heat. And I know the Wizards had the better record, but I'm kind of scared. Game 1's going to go to the Wizards. Game 2, the Heat are going to take. Game 3, the Wizards win by 3, and we have a 2-2 series. And in Game 5, the Wizards are going to win every single quarter. John Wall led the way with 33. Gortat had 32. That's the last thing I expected, and Westbrook almost had a 20-20 game. Let's see if they can make it out in 6. They can. And in the second round, they have to play Kyrie and the 2-seeded Cavs. The Wizards are down for the first time all playoffs. They tie the series up. And in Game 5, this one's been over since halftime. The Wizards get blown out. John Wall led the way with 22. Westbrook only had 14. And Luol Deng led the way with 28. And now the Wizards have 2 minutes to go to lock in here and force a Game 7. Kyrie's gonna use the screen from Varejao. He throws it down low to him, and he puts the Cavs up by 5. That's not a great start, but Westbrook finds Gortat, and we're back to a 3-point game. CJ Miles is gonna throw it to Luol Deng, being guarded by Bradley Beal. They're gonna send the double team. He kicks it out to Kyrie, the step back 3, and he's gonna knock it down even though he fell down. That was an insane shot. Now we have Bradley Beal using the screen. They're gonna find John Wall on the 3. He uses the screen. It's not a very good one. 3 seconds to go on the shot clock. He has to take the jumper, and the Cavs get the board. The Wizards ended up fouling Tristan Thompson. That first free throw was way off. Let's hope he can miss this second one here, and it's gonna bounce in. So with the Wizards being down by 7, they're gonna need a miracle. Westbrook on the drive almost gets a turnover, and he's gonna miss the layup. And just like that, the Wizards get eliminated from the playoffs. And after 1 year with the Wizards, Westbrook would be joining the Rockets. So now he's back with Dwight Howard, who was his teammate on the Lakers. And Westbrook's gonna win back-to-back MVPs, averaging 24 and 12. He somehow shot 41% from 3. I mean, he didn't take that many, but still, that's kind of crazy for Westbrook. The Rockets finish as the best team in the league with 66 wins, and they're gonna lose just 1 game to make the conference finals, where they're playing the Clippers. The Thunder just blew a 3-1 lead. The Rockets definitely look like the better team here, but the Clippers are up 2-1. The Rockets tie it up. And in Game 5, that fourth quarter from the Rockets is atrocious. The Clippers go up 3-2. Harden had 26. Westbrook only had 11. Dwight Howard had 14. And in Game 6, the Rockets need to lock in, down 2 with 2 minutes to go. They're going to go to Westbrook. What was that flashy pass? They're going to tie the game up on that. I don't know what their offense has been this whole possession. Jordan Farmar, 5 seconds to go. He finds DeAndre Jordan. He's going to have to go up on Dwight Howard, and Dwight gets the stop. Westbrook, we're going to need you to cook here. He's going to drive into the paint for the layup, and he puts the Rockets up 2. Hopefully there's no fouls or nothing, because they have Chris Paul at the scorer's table. They're going to find Jordan Farmar for the contested 3. I don't know why he shot that. Let's just slow the game down so Chris Paul can't come in. 6 seconds to go. I don't know what they're cooking here, and he's going to get an offensive 3 seconds. So now with potentially the last shot, the Clippers have Chris Paul in the game. It looks like they're not going to go for the last shot, though. He's going to find Blake Griffin. 15 seconds to go. He takes the hook, and he ties the game up. So now it's all up to the Rockets here to force a Game 7. Westbrook's going to chew out the clock. 5 seconds to go. He's gonna use the screen. 3 seconds to go. He's gonna have to chuck up the contested mid-range, and we're going into overtime. And with 2 minutes to go in overtime, we're all tied up. Westbrook on the ISO is gonna break Chris Paul's ankles. He goes in for the layup and he smokes it. I don't know how he missed that, and I don't know why JJ Redick is setting a screen for Chris Paul. They're gonna go to Blake Griffin in the post for the layup, and he puts the Clippers up. Now the Rockets are gonna find Westbrook in the post. I like this mismatch on Chris Paul, and we're all tied up. Chris Paul's gonna throw it to Blake Griffin for the post fade, and it's gonna miss. So now the Rockets have a chance to take the lead here. Westbrook's gonna use the screen. He throws it out to Josh Smith, the mid-range, and the Rockets go up. Less than a minute to go. Chris Paul finds Blake Griffin on the lob, and we're tied up again. James Harden's actually gonna touch the ball for once. He's gonna find Westbrook though. Please just cook Chris Paul. You're 3 inches taller than him. I don't know why he's just standing there. Harden's gonna use the screen from Westbrook. What is he doing? He's not moving. 3 seconds to go. He's gonna have to chuck up the 3 over JJ Redick, and Dwight Howard grabs the board. So now the Rockets are gonna get another shot here. Westbrook on the drive's gonna end up going into the post. He takes the layup and puts the Rockets up. I feel like so much happened there on that possession. The Clippers are gonna chew the clock out. Chris Paul with 6 seconds to go finds Blake Griffin being guarded by Josh Smith. He's gonna go up with the layup. It's off, and the Rockets force a game 7. James Harden dropped 30. Westbrook had 22 and 13. Even Josh Smith had 24. And in game 7, the Rockets are going to be the team headed to the finals. And that's thanks to Harden's 33 and Westbrook's 22 and 15. And in the finals, they have to play the Cavs, who have LeBron now. None of the games have been close so far. We're tied up at 2. And in game 5, the Cavs are going to go up 3-2. This was a low-scoring one. Westbrook and Harden played pretty good. But now they need to win 2 games in a row if they want to win a ring together. And that dream is still alive, as in game 6, the Rockets blow out the Cavs. They won by 42. Dwight Howard had 27, and Westbrook is nowhere to be found. He had 11 and 12. He did not shoot good. But none of that matters. We're going to a game 7. And in Westbrook's final game as a Rocket, they were so close to a championship, but they couldn't pull it off. And the very next season, Westbrook would team up with Kevin Durant. Westbrook's definitely not winning MVP over these numbers, but him and KD are both going to make the All-NBA first team with these numbers. The Thunder are the 2 seed behind the 75-win Warriors. Let's see if they can put up a fight, though. They're going to win game 3. They're going to go down 3-1, and of course, they're going to lose in 5. And the very next season, KD's going to leave to the Warriors, so Westbrook's going to be taking all the shots. And Westbrook just averaged 42 points to win the MVP. He just put up the 3rd most points in a season ever. And Curry's not too far behind him. Even with KD averaging 26, Steph just averaged 37. And he made 465 threes. And Westbrook put up 72 points in a game. All for the Thunder to be the 11th seed. But the next season, Westbrook has some more help as Paul George and Melo join the team. Westbrook's gonna make the All-NBA first team even though he's down to 22 and 10. Paul George averaging more than him I get, but the fact that Melo averaged more than Westbrook is kind of crazy. And unfortunately for them, they're gonna lead the Thunder to the 8th seed where they get gentlemen swept. And without Melo, Westbrook's gonna win his 5th MVP. The Thunder are the 3 seed, so they actually have a chance. They're somehow up 2-0 against the Warriors. The Warriors win game 3 by 1 and game 4 by 5. In game 5, the Thunder are gonna hold on though. That was way closer than it should have been. Westbrook and Paul George carried the team, and Curry had a stinker. He put up 13 points. But this series isn't over yet. The Warriors are gonna force a game 7. Paul George had 27. Westbrook had a triple-double but only had 16 points. And the winner of this game goes to the conference finals. And the Thunder are gonna win this one. They're gonna move on. Westbrook and Paul George are absolutely carrying. And now they have to play the 1-seeded Nuggets. And with the series being tied up at 2, the Thunder have an amazing second half to go up 3-2. That's a crazy comeback. Westbrook almost had a triple-double. Paul George only had 17. And of course, the Nuggets are gonna force a game 7. Westbrook is going insane. Paul George had a good game and we lose now. But that's because Jokic had 35, 11, and 9. He missed 3 shots. And in game 7, the Thunder are gonna move on to the finals. And that's thanks to Paul George's 36 and Westbrook's triple-double. And in the finals, they're playing the Victor Oladipo-led Pacers. Game 1's gonna go to the Pacers. They're gonna blow out the Thunder. 19 from Westbrook is not enough. Sabonis had 36 on them too. Game 2's also gonna go to the Pacers, so the Thunder are gonna lose both home games. Paul George had 25. Westbrook's not even in the top 5. He had 6 points. I'm just gonna sim. The series might be over. The Thunder are gonna win game 3. They're gonna tie the series up. So the home team has not won a game yet. And in game 5, the Thunder are gonna be the first home team to win. Westbrook 30-point triple-double is what we love to see. And after being down 0-2, they're up 3-2. But in game 6, the Pacers were too much for the Thunder. We're going to a game 7. Paul George had 35. Westbrook had an insane triple-double. But Sabonis cooked them once again. And in game Game 7 of the NBA Finals, the Thunder just need to hold this lead for 2 minutes to come out with the win. Paul George has a mismatch. He should just drive on Jeff Teague here. He's going to make his way into the paint. Sabonis sends the double. They kick it out to Jeremy Grant. 5 seconds to go. He finds Steven Adams. It's almost a turnover, but he puts the Thunder up 4. I'm all for Teague time, but let's just hope that time is not now. He's going to find Sabonis in the post, and he steps out of bounds. That is a huge turnover in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Paul George is going to use the screen. It's not going to get him anywhere, but he's going to find Westbrook with 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. He's not really doing much. He almost gets a turn. Oh, he does get a turnover. Never mind. I thought he was going to pick it up and just chuck up a shot. Now we have Tyreke Evans trying to get past Westbrook with the behind the back. He's going to kick it out to Jeff Teague, who gets a wide open 3 off the screen, and he's going to miss. So now with a minute to go, things are looking really good for the Thunder here. Westbrook's going to throw it down low to Steven Adams. I just hope he doesn't force a shot on Miles. Okay. That's exactly what he did. And now on the break, the Pacers have Oladipo finding Sabonis, and just like that, we have a 2-point game. Let's just not sell here. We can get Westbrook his second ring. Paul George on the drive, kicks it to Alex Abrinas. He's going to go down low to Steven Adams, who finds Westbrook in the corner, and his 3 is off. This is not good. The Pacers have plenty of time to get a shot off, but Tyreke Evans gets a turnover. I just don't like the fact that it's Steven Adams at the free throw line. He's going to make the first one. Can he put the Thunder up by 4 here? He can. So now the Pacers have no timeouts. They need to get a quick shot off here. Down 4. Tyreke Evans is going to pull the 3. It's off. And in Game 7, the Thunder come out on top, and Westbrook's now a 2-time champion. And he's going to walk away with his second Finals MVP. And all of a sudden, this Thunder roster looks rough. They have Chris Paul now. They have Shai now. On the bright side, Westbrook's going to make the All-NBA first team, averaging 27, 9, and 8. But as for the Thunder, they're the 10th seed. But the future of the team looks promising as Shai's up to an 85 overall. Bro, Westbrook just won his 6th MVP. I thought he was done winning them. He's 32 years old. And him and Shai lead the Thunder to the 3 seed. And they're somehow going to sweep their way to the conference finals. The 6 seed I understand, but not the 2 seed. And now they get to play the 5-seeded Nuggets because the 1 seed lost to the 8 seed in the first round. And the Thunder gentlemen sweep their way to the finals. And in the finals, they have to play the Celtics with Tristan Thompson as their starting center. Game 1, the Thunder are going to get blown out. And that's because Tatum dropped 50 on them. Game 2, he dropped 44. And in Game 3, with 2 minutes to go, the Thunder have a chance to win their first game here. Westbrook's in an ISO on Kemba. He gets into the paint and finds Shai for the 3, and he knocks it down. Kemba on the ISO trying to attack Westbrook. He's going to take the layup. How did that go in? It looks like Westbrook's going to go back at Kemba here. He's in a drive, the hop step, the layup, and we have a 5-point game. So far, this game's looking pretty good for the Thunder. Kemba's in a drive on Westbrook. He gets an easy layup, and we're back to a 3-point game. Westbrook's going to use the screen from Al Horford. He's going to pull the contested 3. I don't like that shot. So now the Celtics have a chance to either tie it or make it a 1-point game, and Westbrook played great defense on that. On the break, Shai's going to find Lou Dort for the 3, and he knocks it down. So now the Celtics are in trouble with not much time left. How did Kemba make that? It looks like Westbrook might chew out the clock here. Never mind. He's going to drive and throw down the dunk on Robert Williams. So now the Celtics need to score here. Tristan Thompson inbounds it to Kemba. Kemba with the behind the back and the layup. That was nice. But they ended up fouling Shai, who missed his first free throw and made his second. Now they have 8 seconds. Kemba's going to find Tatum. Tatum, what is going on? I don't know why he took that so late. And that's how the Thunder are going to win Game 3. Shai led the team in scoring. That's kind of crazy. Westbrook had a triple-double. And another win would be huge to tie the series up. But in Game 4, it was all Celtics. They're going to go up 3-1. Westbrook and Shai went off. Nobody else even had 10. And Tatum had 43. And in Game 5, the Thunder are going to get embarrassed, moving Westbrook's finals record to 2-2. And unfortunately for Westbrook, he's starting to drop in overall, but Shai's getting a lot better. And a year after making the finals, the Thunder dropped to the 14th seed. But Westbrook averaged 21, 7, and 9, and the Thunder are only going to get better. In the 22-23 season, Westbrook's down to an 85, but Shai's up to a 93. Westbrook's still going to average 18, 7, and 7, though, and the Thunder are the 9th seed. Can they even win the first game of the play-in? They can't. But even with Westbrook down to an 82 overall, J-Dub's up to an 85, and they have Chet now. Technically, they had him last year, but he was out his whole rookie season with an injury. The Thunder get even better going from the 9th seed last season to the 5 seed this season, and Westbrook's down to 15.6 rebounds and 7 assists per game. In the first round, they have to go up against Luka and the Mavs, and they're gonna get absolutely cooked. And now Westbrook gets a taste of the Thunder championship team, because even though he's down to an 81, they have iHeart now, they have Caruso now, and J-Dub's up to an 89, and Chet's up to a 91. Westbrook's gonna average 18, 5, and 7 to help lead the Thunder to the 1 seed. In the first round, they have to play the 8-seeded Kings. That was an easy series. And in the second round, they have to play the Nuggets. The Thunder are going to gentleman sweep them, and now they have to face a 3-seeded Mavericks team led by AD and Kyrie. I don't know how they're up 3-0. They're going to sweep, and in the finals, they have to play the Knicks. Game 1, the Thunder are going crazy in the fourth. Let's see if they can complete this comeback with just over a minute to go. Jalen Brunson's getting locked up by Case and Wallace right now. He's going to go up with the layup. How is that a foul? That is a crazy call. Brunson can put the Knicks up by 5 here. He's going to make his first free throw. They put Westbrook back in the game, and his second free throw is good. So now with a minute to go, the game is in Shai's hands here. He's going to swing it to Chet. Ihart's going to set the screen for Chet. He got left wide open, but he misses. The Thunder are going to send the trap defense. Brunson still gets an open lane, and the Knicks go up 7. And that's going to be enough for the Knicks to take game 1. Wow, Westbrook shot them out of the game. He had 6 points, and he shot 2 for 10. Game 2 was a blowout until the third quarter, but the Thunder are still going to win, and that's thanks to Chet and J-Dub combining for 70. Game 3 looks like another game that's going to go to the Knicks. Shai had 29, J-Dub only had 18, Chet only had 14, and Westbrook shot 1 for 10. He's shooting really good from the field in the playoffs, but in the finals, he's shooting 31%. In Game 4, the Thunder are going to tie the series up. Hopefully, Westbrook got his stuff together. Shai led the team with 36. Westbrook's not even in the top 5. He had 11. He didn't shoot that bad. And honestly, as long as they stop one of Brunson or Cat, they can win. But in Game 5, they're going to get blown out. I'm surprised they lost by this much. Westbrook didn't even shoot them out of the game. So now things aren't looking great for them. But in Game 6, the Thunder forced a Game 7 even with that terrible fourth quarter. They had 3 people put up 20. Westbrook, oh my gosh, 6 for 15. But Cat only had 22 and Brunson only had 15. And in Game 7, the Thunder are going to blow out the Knicks, and Westbrook's now a 3-time champion. Obviously, he's not going to win the Finals MVP, but in Game 7, he shot 6 for 8. And in Westbrook's final season, he averages 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. And with the Thunder sitting at the 2 seed, let's see if he can win his 4th ring. They're going to make it past the Nuggets in 6, but in the second round, they have to go up against Anthony Edwards. After 4 games, we're all tied up, and in Game 5, the Thunder had a terrible third quarter that lost them the game. Oh my, everyone outside of Shai played pretty bad. Westbrook had 9 points off the bench, and Anthony Edwards dropped 44 on them. But in Game 6, that second quarter is going to save the Thunder. They're going to stay alive. Shai, Chet, and J-Dub all went off. And Ihart too. I didn't even peep that. And now they just need to win one more game to move on to the conference finals. And in Game 7, the Thunder have an amazing second half. They're going to win the series. Oh my gosh, Shai dropped 57 and 11. That's why they won. Anthony Edwards had 45. They both went crazy. But now in the conference finals, it's Thunder Mavs. But it's not looking too good for the Thunder. They're going to lose in 5. But with Westbrook's career in reverse, he won 6 MVPs, 3 championships, and 2 finals MVPs. Subscribe if you enjoyed, and if you want to see what would happen if Westbrook joined the Warriors instead of KD, click the video on the screen right now.